I can start washing dishes over to you.
What time done? Hey everybody. Hi everybody. Hello.
For those of you who felt stuck in your pursuit of the Lord, like an absence of presence, even in your household, there's a shift coming. There's a shift coming of encounters.
Hey everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in.
He's releasing divine encounters.
Thank you.
When you get back home, your room will not be
Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in.
and encounters and dimensions of glory.
Guys, jump on in. Go ahead and share. Let people know I'm on. Welcome in. I'm good. How are you guys? Welcome in. Yeah. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Trying to give everybody some time to get in. You guys doing good? Hello. Miss you too. Glory to glory. Come on. We're going to be in the book of John tonight. Welcome in. Hi. Glory to glory. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're going to be in John chapter 2 tonight. That's where we're going to be at. So we're going to be in the book of John chapter 2. Yeah, glory to glory. Yeah, John chapter 2. We're going to read 1 through 11. 1 through 11. So John 2, 1 through 11. Holy Spirit. Holy. The devil don't want this to play. He lying. That's right. Says you're absolutely good. Thank you. That's cute. Someone wrote, well, to anyone needing words of encouragement, Jesus loves us and he always wins. That's cute. Thank you. Touch not my anointed. Y'all saying what y'all need to say tonight. Father God, forgive me of my sins and open my heart and let me catch what is meant for me. I'm gonna tap in on that in a second because I was talking to God on my way home. Matter of fact, let me put a hard pause in this. Let me put a hard pause in this really quick. So I was driving home, right? This is going to deviate from what I was talking about, but I needed that. Thank you, Brandon, for writing that. I was driving home and I was talking to God and I was talking about the events that I have coming up and just the job that I'm in now and how everything is just so out of my norm and out of my league, so to speak, quote unquote. And I was talking to God. I said, God, what if I fumble? What if I get up there and I fumble? God, what if I? And I just started speaking to him like that. And I said, God, you know what? Forgive my unbelief. And I was saying, God, what if the me that they think they're getting is not the me that they're going to get? And God starts saying, I'm giving them you. You. Not anything else, but you. That's all I'm asking is for you to come and be who you are, who I designed you to be. I'm not asking you to be anything else but you. That's it. So then he started showing me Peter and how he was out there and he was walking, but he started sinking. And God is saying, are you going to allow fear to seep in and let you sink? And I was like, no, God. And so he said, tell me everything that you're afraid of. And I went to talking. I even spoke about my marriage. And I said, God, I just feel so unworthy. That's the word I'm looking for, God. I said, God, I feel so unworthy. Like, what if I get there and I'm not who they were looking for? Or what if I'm a big regret? Or what if he married me and he really didn't love me and, you know, he might cheat on me, or I might not look like this and I might look like that. And I said, what if I have this job, and what if I'm not the woman for the job? And all these what if begin to circulate. And I'm just telling God everything that's popping through my head. And I said, God, what if I'm not good enough? And he says, that's the devil playing tricks on you. You wouldn't be in the building if it wasn't for me putting you there, because you are worthy. The building is there because you're there. The job is there because you're there. The event is going to happen because you're there. He says, don't you see your name and highlight it? Don't you see? Don't you see you're my star? Don't you see you're my shining star? And he says, what do you mean? I gave you the husband. He walked down that aisle. You seen how he looked at you. Everyone's seen how he looked at you. Yes, things are going to happen in life. He says, but don't you know that you're the woman for the job? Don't you let Satan get in your head and tell you that you're not good enough. He doesn't have the right to tell you. He doesn't have the right. So that's not what I'm preaching on tonight. But when I seen Brandon write that up there, I just had to jump in, because I feel like the devil is in the atmosphere trying to make our thoughts take us out, because he knows that we're all gas right now, no brakes, and he can't take it from us, but we can give it away. And that's what we're not going to do. So I began to start asking God to forgive me for doubting and saying, God, I am that woman for the job. God, I am going to show up and show out. God, I am going to allow you to come in and dwell. And God, it is my season. And God, forgive me for doubting, Joseph. God, forgive me, stop. Forgive me for doubting. Forgive me for not thinking that I'm worthy. Forgive me for thinking that this is too hard. Because it's nothing too hard, because I'm not doing it. God is doing it. And no, I don't have the accolades as like the Sarah Jakes, the T.D. Jakes, the Joel Osteens, and none of those people. Like, I don't have the mega. I don't have that. But I have you. And I can do anything with you, God. I can do anything with you. And that's just how I begin to speak. So God is saying doors are going to open up. And it's okay to feel like you're a little scared. It's okay to feel fearful. It's okay. You're human. You're human. But you're not going to stay there. Go do something else. You're not going to stay there. You're not going to stay there. God is going to pull you out. God is getting ready to pull you out. Give me a second. I'm getting hot. God is getting ready to pull you out. And I'm about to jump into the word in 1 second. So today God was speaking to me, and he gave me this word, and I left it on a sticky note on my desk because I was supposed to remember it to bring home to preach to you guys about what God had told me. And I left it on the desk, and I was like, doggone it, God. You gave me a word. You told me to give it when I get home, and I left it. And it began to pour out like nothing else. And I came home, and I immediately just threw everything down, and I said, I'm going to remember it. And it's going to correlate with what I was feeling and what other people are feeling, the sense of unworthy, the sense of doubt and fear, and maybe you're not that person. We can type out, I'm the man for the job. We can type out, I'm the woman for the job. But when the job gets here, sometimes we tend to, I don't know, God. I don't know. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? And, I'm really good at writing sermons. I'm really good at delivering them. And for this event that is coming up, I can't write. And I was laughing. And God says, you can't write because you're not going to talk. I'm going to talk. He says, you're going to be fearful if you begin to talk. But if you allow me to come in, I'll be able to deliver the word to you. So if you ever get that kind of fear, just know that God says he'll come in and interject for you. So what God told me, today I had to write down, I was in a meeting today, and she said something and I froze. She says, it's kind of like passing the baton. You are going to have amazing results. And when she said that, I froze and my hands just went to writing. And she said it a second time. She says, it's kind of like passing the baton and you're going to get amazing results. God says, I'm handing you the baton because you can handle it. I'm passing you the mantle because you can handle it. I'm passing it to you. No one else can do what you can do. No one else. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? No one else. As a mother, I know what it is to raise. Every day I raise 5 children. Every day, 4 boys and 1 daughter. 4 and 1 daughter. Every day. And it's not easy. But I know what it takes to raise my children. You will try to raise them and they'll run amok on you. But I got one look and they know to sit down somewhere. I got one look. I don't got to raise my voice or project. They know not to play with me. There's times for everything. And so God is saying, you know how to handle the mantle that he's about to give you. You don't got to yell. You ain't got to scream. You ain't got to shout. You ain't got to nothing. God is saying that you're the man for the job because you know how to raise. It's a thing with a daddies. A daddy ain't got to yell. I might got to repeat something over and over and over again because kids gonna try you, especially if they know you're not really serious with them. They gonna push it. But when a dad says something, it's final. It ain't no going back and forth with your daddy. It ain't no, that is it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Now they can play with their daddy, but when they daddy say that's it, ain't no questioning, ain't no nothing. That's it. God is saying you're the man for the job because your voice can carry itself. When you walk into the room, it takes me back to what my stepfather used to say. He used to say, when he was telling me about dating, and I was in my 19, I was going through a really bad one. I got beat up real bad and all this kind of stuff, right? And he says, Lindaria, listen, a man ain't never got to say he a man. He says, if you ever hear a man yell, let me be a man, he is not a man. He's a boy in a man's body trying to figure his life out. And he says, ain't nothing wrong with it, but that's not for you. They still have to mature. And it didn't resonate with me what he was saying because I was so young. But in my older life, I understood. Because not one time has my husband, in all the years we've been together, has ever said, let me be a man. He's never once said that. I can get angry. I can yell. Might be a skippity pap sometime across his head. I don't know. But he would never. He would never. He's never said, let me be a man. He just is. He just is. The bills, the babies, anything. He just is. And you, man of God, are going to have that mantle handed to you because you don't have to express who you are. You're going to walk in and they're going to know who you are. The room is going to welcome you with your presence alone. You don't got to do the most. You don't got to show out. You ain't got to wear the flashy this, the flashy that. Wisdom is quiet. Wisdom ain't flashy. So your next mantle is going to come to you because of who you are. Because that's what God sees in you. David didn't have to say he was a king. David just came in fresh out the field, smelling like outside. And still got the blessing. And still got the anointing. The brothers were there saying, I'm the man for the job. Look at me. I have the stature. I am the king. And they weren't. King Saul wanted to be seen as a king, but he wasn't. The people said Saul has slayed thousands, yet David has slayed tens of thousands. But David didn't walk around with a badge of honor saying, I, David, have slayed 10,000. That's not what he did. He just kept glorifying God. He kept going about his Father's business. You don't gotta proclaim that you're this. When I do my radio show, I don't say, this is Pastor Lendaria Watts. I say, my name is Lendaria Watts Mobley. My title is pastor. My name is that. I'm not my title. My title is something that God has given me. God has ordained me to be. But my name is Lendaria Watts Mobley. That is what my mom has given me and my husband has given me. I don't need the titles. I don't need the accolades. People try to say prophetess and put it all across, and I'm fine with that. But my name is Lendaria. That's my name. My name isn't the title. That's what I do. My job is a clinic manager. A general manager is my trade. Now I'm in a whole new genre, and I'm a clinic manager now. That's a job title. But when you come to find me as Lendaria. Find me as that. Not as the positions, but find me as a human being, blood and flesh and blood. Find me as that. That's how the next people are going to find you, by your name. Not your title, not what you proclaim, but by your name. Your name alone is going to carry weight. You being that woman for the job is because no one else can do it like you. No one else can do it like you. And we are all beautiful, and we're all made in God's image. And some people's beauty might supersede other people's beauty. And some people say I'm ugly, and I'm okay with that. Because I might not look good to you, but I look good to my husband. And I look good to me, moreover. So that's okay. But we all have to know that there's beauty in every one of us. Each and every one of us. Because God made us in his image. And someone might not see your beauty. That does not mean that that's not what you are. Someone might not see your worth, but that does not mean that you're not worthy. Just because their eyes have a filter on them, just because their eyes have a lens on them, it doesn't make you less. It just means they're not for you. And God is going to bring the people that is for you to you. It's not by happenstance that TikTok has a page that is a for you page. That means it's directly for you. And the people that are for you are going to come to you. They're going to come to you. And you don't have to do anything else rather than be yourself. There's all of these hacks on how to go viral and how to this, how to that. And I don't double and dab with that. Because what's for you will find you. And you can go viral and have people that are not for you come to you. But if you let God bring your people to you, then it's going to be directly for you. And they're going to love you. You don't want the wrong people to have that false love, Joseph. You don't want to have the wrong people have that false love. You want to have the right people to love you. So if you stumble, you won't go viral saying, oh, look at such and such. I told you, I told you. Rather, if you stumble, you'll have everyone making videos saying, can you pray for my pastor? Can you pray for her? Can you pray for him? They're going through a hard time right now. They might have made the wrong decision in getting married, but that doesn't mean God ain't for them. Help edify them. Help glorify them. Help love them back to life. All the good that they've done, we're going to help glorify them. But when the wrong people follow you, you'll be swallowed up when the wrong people follow you. Catch the drift. In John 2. In John chapter 2, God had me write this down. So another part in the call, after she said passing the baton, she said, I believe that we save the best for last. And she said, I think that this is the best team because I believe that we indeed save the best for last. And I began to shout. And I was like, God, I hear you. I hear you. It's never a problem being last when you have God on your side. You might have been the last pick all your life, and that's good. You needed to not even be counted in. You needed to be in lack. You needed to be last. You needed to. Joseph, go do something else. You needed to be last in doing something. Because God says what's first should be last and what's last should be first. And he saved the best for last. Excuse me. He saved the best for last. And you're about to see. So come with me to John 2. It says, on the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee. And the mother of Jesus was there. Now both Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding. And when they ran out of wine, the mother of Jesus said to him, they have no wine. Jesus said to her, woman, what does your concern have to do with me? My hour has not yet come. His mother said to the servants, whatever he says to you, do it. Now there were set 6 pots of stone, according to the manner of purification of the Jews, containing 20 or 30 gallons apiece. Jesus said to them, fill the water pots up with water. And they filled them up to the brim. And he said to them, draw some out now, and take it to the master of the feast. And they took it. When the master of the feast had tasted the water that was made into wine, he did not know where it came from, but the servants who had drawn the water knew. The masters of the feast called the bridegroom, and he said to him, every man at the beginning sets out good wine, and when the guests have well drunk, then the inferior. Yet you kept the good wine until now. You kept the good wine until now. Circle back to the beginning. He says, what does your concern have to do with me? My hour has yet to come. See, Jesus didn't know that his mother knew something about him that he didn't know. Yes, he knew everything from God, but it's something about a mother's love. It's something about us that knows when our children are ready. And he might have been a grown man. He might have had a whole beard. You might have some chest hair, He might have had all that. But she knew her baby. She knew him. God is saying he knows you. And he knows that you're ready. He says, my hour has yet to come. You can't see how special you are. You can't see how anointed you are. You can't see that it's your time. But God can. And he's going to push his baby bird out of the nest. And he's going to tell you when you're frantic. And you're like, God, what am I going to do? And he's going to tell you to spread your wings, baby. To spread your wings, baby. And flap them. And flap them. And flap them. Back in the day, Patti LaBelle used to be on PBS because we didn't have cable. And my mama was crazy about Patti LaBelle. And she had this song, and it was Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And she used to do that thing she do with her arms, like she flapping her arms. And I always used to be like, God, I want to go to one of her concerts. I want to hear her sing. I want to spread my wings. I want to, But it was the flapping that made you want to fly. You're getting pushed out of the nest, but don't get frantic. Spread your wings and begin to fly. It might seem like it's scary. It might seem like it. But God is saying, don't you know that you can fly? Don't you know that you can fly? I need you to spread your wings, my babies. Mary didn't answer him the way he thought he was going to. He thought it was going to be some commentary. Oh, well, okay, God says it's not your time. She looked at him because she knew her son. She knew the capabilities of her son. She looked at him. Okay, y'all. Whatever my son says do it. You're about to be an answer. You are about to be an answer. And whatever they come to you, they know it's going to be from God. And whatever you say do, they're going to do. Because you have the favor and you have the anointing of God. And they know that they're in good hands. They know that you don't try to be greedy. God knows that you are a cheerful giver, and he knows that you are a good steward over his money, his finances, anything that God gives you. You're trustworthy. You're tried, tested, and you're true. That is who you are. God knows that if he's, even right now, if he gives you $1,000,000, you'll divvy it up the best way you could to help everybody. That's what he knows. You desire to help. You have a heart for people. Mary said, whatever he says, do it. Notice he didn't go back and forth with his mama when she went over there telling them, like, mama, what you mean? He took his little behind over there, because I don't care how old you are. You're still my child. Go do what I told you to do. Go do what I told you to do. I don't care. Now you finna go turn that water into wine. That's what you finna go do. He went over there and he was like, all right, go on, take it up there to him. Now, I just always wondered what them people was thinking when they went up there and they put the ladle into the bucket and drawed it out like, oh, we about to take this up here. Lord, this man might take our head off. We got straight water trying to get this man this water. What are we about to do? But in faith, they took it. This is all faith moves. Mary knew that this was a faith move. She knew who her son was. Jesus already knew he could do it. He already had big faith. He had big faith since they went to looking for him when he was a little boy. Telling me, what y'all looking for me? Don't y'all know about my father's business? He been had that. Born with it. He was like, I know that I got faith. I know what I can do. I know that I can do miracles, signs, and wonders. Go on, take that up there to him. Now, the people that are carrying it, they might have a little bit of wavy faith, because they looking like, man, I'm about to take it. I wonder the conversation they had as they were taking it. Like, this man finna kill us if he drank this, and this is water. He finna think we playing with him. But they did it anyway. God is saying, are you going to do it anyway? No matter what it looks like, are you going to do it anyway? They did it anyway. They watched him literally have water in a ladle and take it up there. They knew that it wasn't real in their eyes, but the faith happened. They kept the faith. God is saying, I'm looking for my children that are going to keep the faith. Can you keep the faith when you're facing divorce and you heard God say it's not over? Can you keep the faith when you got an eviction notice and 2 days left on it and you have no money? Can you keep the faith because you heard God say that someone was going to give you a wealth transfer? Can you keep the faith when the car breaks down on you and God says it's going to be a gift? And you like, God, I don't know. And the car keep breaking down on you. And you like, God, and you say, you know what, God, I'm going to keep the faith. Can you keep the faith when you're trying to fight your addiction and each day looks heavier and heavier and you say, God, I heard you say I'm going to be sober, but each day is heavy. But God, I'm going to keep the faith. Can you keep it? Can you keep it? Because we can catch it, but are we going to fumble it? Can you keep the faith? So then, as they took it to him, he said, normally at a wedding, they'll serve up all the good wine. They'll serve it first. But you serve the inferior wine first, and you save the best wine for last. He was honored to have the best wine last. You might have been the last choice, but you're God's first choice. And he knew he had to put you last because you taste the best. You taste the best. You age well, you age gracefully, and you taste just like your age. You age like fine wine. Whoever gets you is going to have great taste. He saved the best for last. And I do a modern day thing with me now, going into this atmosphere of something that I'm not privy to, going into these church buildings, and I was church hurt years ago, and now I'm going to be the headliner of some things, and hopefully I can bring about a change to the world, that we don't have to dress up and look the part, act the part. God is looking for our heart. And I'm walking into uncharted territory, but God is going before. He's going before. And I pray to make an impact someplace in life. And I might be last right now, but it doesn't mean I'm last. It just means I'm fine wine. I'm a first choice to God. And so are you. And so are you. Y'all just heard my son fart? You just farted? Like, are you serious? Go in the room.
Oh, you did? Well, can you tell him what happened today? About the invite?
Go in the
Can you tell him
room.
about the invite too?
I had enough of y'all. Go in the room.
Excuse.
I can't even make this up. This is my life. I can't even make this up. Yes. Go in the room. Don't come out here because clearly y'all don't know how to behave out here. Go clean up. So that's what happened. Your kids will betray you every time. Listen, I cannot. Yes. So yeah. That just happened. Can't erase that. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Yeah, boys, I tell you, I swear, boys, they don't care about nothing. I can't. I tell you this. He saved you last because you're worth it. He saved you for last because you're worth it. You're worth it. And as I minister to everyone, I'm ministering to myself as well. Giving myself a prep talk for what's to come. Because what I feel is there's going to be a major change in the church. There's going to be a major change. And I seen someone say, hey, if we're the new generation, who are our pastors? And I'm like, hi, it's me. I'm the pastor, that's me. But God is saying that it's going to be a change in guard. It's a change that's about to happen, and you have to be ready. You have to be ready. And I pray that I can be you guys as pastor, and I pray that I'm coming from behind the screen and I don't fumble when I step out, and I laugh at stuff all the time. You see, I just laughed at my son. I find things funny because if I mess up, I mess up. It is what it is. If my son fart, he fart. It is what it is. We're going to get back to the word. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm okay with having things happen and pivoting. It's okay to laugh at yourself. It's okay to laugh at my son farting. Like, bro, it's okay. Things happen. I laugh at myself all the time. Everything isn't that serious. So I want you to know that God has saved you for last because you are first. And he is putting you first. All of 2024, dare I say 2025 and 2026. I see 3 years of just uphill, and then the next years is just going to be like how the plane is elevating. You're going to have that elevating success, and then it's going to go smooth sailing, and you're not going to come down because your destination is going to be there, and that's where you're going to land. That's what I just see when I see things. And it's just not by happenstance that this is a leap year. And God gave me the word about quantum leap on January 1st. And it's a leap year. God is like, I have to have you leap into your destiny. And he says, understand that people in high places are going to seek you out. They're going to seek you out. A lot of them have to deal with jealousy first, though, because they know that the mantle is about to be passed to you. So a lot of them are going to have to check themselves with jealousy. And they're going to have to know that they had their time. And it doesn't mean that their time is up. It just means that the spotlight has to be shared as well. Other people have anointings as well. There are some people that have great talent that just doesn't have the spotlight. And God is saying, I'm about to put the spotlight on my children, because I have great wonders. I have great works out there. And the spotlight is about to find you. Whether you like it or not, the spotlight is about to find you. So they can move over or they can move out, but you're coming. God says, say that again. They can move over or they can move out because the spotlight is about to find you. It's about to find you. All right, you guys. I love you all. I love you all, and have a great night. And just know that doubt is going to happen. Fear is going to happen. But you're worthy. You're loved. You're valuable. You're handsome. You're gorgeous. You're all of the above. And God is going to bring you from the background to the front. And it might feel rocky, but you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. For real. For real. And it's coming from somebody that come from a place that has no hope. So you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. We can do it. This is all of our season. Everyone that's under the sound of my voice. This is our season. And we will not miss it. And you might think you don't have a talent until God shows you how talented you are. And you might think you might not have a gift until God shows you how gifted you are. Watch God work in your life. Watch him work. I love you all. Have a great night. Everybody go to their job.